Hello again everyone and welcome back to The Witcher 3. We are back here in a tavern in Novigrad and we're going to converse with the innkeep now and probably have a game of Gwent. Captain Wolverston. Oh, I've never met this man before actually.
Looking for someone who'll sail to Skellige and take
Oh, right, this is this.
Me. We're due to sail for Skellige, carrying grain, but that's hush-hush. Got any coin?
Gotta get some.
Gotta get more coin.
You sure do, for I won't even whip me horse in a bath without payment in advance.
What kind of saying is that? One.
Look for your kind.
So I can pay Captain Wolverston to get to Skellige if I want to, but at the minute I don't want to do that. Innkeep.
What'll it be?
Show him what you got
What are you
first.
serving?
See if he's got anything. Okay, so he's got a Dolbuth and a Scout. He's got a Siege Technician. He has a Mahakaman Defender. And Barclay Els. So it's a lot of Skycell stuff.
Farewell.
Let me just assign those cards to my deck before I engage with him. So one of them was a Nilfgaard card, wasn't it? Yeah, Siege Technician, which... Yeah. Okay, so we'll probably leave that in there. And we'll take the Nausicaa Cavalry Rider out. Or should we take one of them out? Yeah. Nah, no, we won't actually. We won't. Should we just leave it like that? Yeah, we'll leave it like that. That's fine with me, I think. And the Skytel, we have Barclay Els, we have the Dolbuth and a Scout, and we have the Mahakaman Defender. Also, we'll need another 5 cards of the Skytel deck to be able to use that deck.
What'll it be?
So let's actually play this man. Cards. 10.
Not hungry.
See what I can get off this guy. So we'll obviously try with the Nilfgaardian deck to begin with. He's got the Skytel one, which I expected, not gonna lie, because he was selling them off. So we have 2 clear weather cards, Commander's Horn, Oscar Cavalry Rider, Fire Scorpion, Emissary, 2 young emissaries. That's very good actually. Got Yennefer, that's very good, and I have 10 Black Infantry Archer, which is very nice as well. Let's try and get rid of one of the clear weather cards. That's not bad. And do we get rid of the Cavalry Rider as well? I don't know. Might work in our favour, that. Maybe, I don't know. It's tough. What's the leader card again? Look at 3 random cards. Okay, no, we won't do that. We'll just play the brigade guard for now. Ooh, a hero spy. What's that? A mysterious elf. Did not expect to see a card like that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that's fine. We'll play our Fire Scorpion. Nice, I appreciate that. However, I do have a clear weather card. So I can fuck you over with that one. Oh, Yevon, I remember Yevon. Yeah, from The Witcher 1. I don't know how I remember that, and I forgot forgot all about Yorvith, but you know. Right, let me play an emissary. Oh, you bastard. You utter bastard. Do not like you at all. Taking a risk here. I'm not. Oh, fuck off. But if I play Yennefer, and I'm taking a big risk by playing Yennefer already, and we play that guy again. We do have to be careful here. I'm going to pass and make him beat me now. Because he has to. Okay, that's fine, but you're all gonna get... Yep, that's... Yep. You're still gonna have to play more than that, my friend. Ooh, wait, ooh. What in the fuck is going on here? What on earth is happening? He's got no cards left. Oh dear me, that's quite funny. It's actually quite amusing. He just blew all of his cards in one go. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Oh, that's brilliant. Villentrenmirth. Oh my god, that name. That's a hell of a... I'll say that's a Nilfgaard. What is that? Destroy your enemy's strongest close combat units if the combined strength of all of his or her close combat units is 10 or more. Also calls himself Bork 3 Jackdaws. He's not the best at names. Telling me. So we can put him in, which means we can take somebody out. We'll take Mortezen out. Not the best, is he really? That's a good card to get, to be fair. Well, thank you much for the game, sir, and I apologise for making you blow your cards in one go there. That was an unexpected turn of events.
So we're clear. When you lose, you...
Nidas, who is this individual?
Oh, hear about the notice by chance?
Not exactly, but what's it about?
Not quite, but what's it about? I hear right, you're going on some voyage, need a companion.
Not just some voyage. Cross the sea. Mark this. When I got pressed into the infantry in 1242, I promised my beloved Let I'd return alive, whole, and with a pearl from Skellige. Not just any pearl either. A black
The Black Pearl.
The rarest.
Is this
most
Pirates of the
precious.
Caribbean?
Well, ambitious.
Perhaps. But they were empty words. I came from the war, that one and the next, but I never...
You've done well to survive this long, to be fair.
High
So,
time to
well done.
change that. Or if not now, then when? Thing is, I've grown old in the meantime, as you see. Can't manage it alone, need a strong shoulder to lean on. And the Witcher's shoulder's as strong as they come. So, what do you say?
I mean, I'll help you. I'm not going to say I'm going to do it now, but...
Plan's crazier than it is sane, but there's an irresistible charm to it. Offer me some pay and I'll help you out.
Don't you fret about coin. I brought home a good deal of it from various fronts. Say we meet in Skellige, by the collapsed bridge near Arenbjorn.
No idea where that is, but
a hop
okay.
away from the bed where black pearls are born. Will that work for you?
Sounds fine. See you there.
Alright, so we'll eventually go to Skellige and meet with this gent. Meet Nidas near the collapsed bridge to the north of Arnbjorn. And that's a level 13 quest, so that's it's not bad, to be fair. Okay, well, that is another one we've hoovered up. Okay, what else have we got? So there's a shopkeep to the east. Let's go and have a look, see who that is.
Let her burn a monster and a witch in the marketplace.
Let them do as they will. It's not to me.
Hierarch Hammerthard summoned all townsfolk to attend the execution.
How do we get to this shopkeep is the question. Oh, it must be here.
How are we to fight a pestilence that changes form? None can be certain of his father, brother, or bride. Look upon your...
What's happening here? Oh, shit! Oh my god! So is this what you do in Novigrad? You just burn people
evil
alive?
can survive the holy fire. The holy fire enlightens, burns, and cleanses. Behold the flame of grace and mercy.
Oh god, this poor guy.
Special pyre for you, freak. Nice, slow burning. You'll beg for mercy in all the voices known to you by the others of your species. I've done no wrong. None. I wanted only to live like you. Help me, kind folk. Please.
Oh, jeez. A Doppler? Ugh. I mean, whatever he was, he doesn't deserve that, surely. Who in the fuck is that madman?
Sure hope Doo-Doo hasn't met the same fate.
Do? Doo-doo. Okay. Caleb Menge. In those days, rampant persecution, the smoke of 100 pies choked Novigrad's air. This grim climb provided cover in which a great many bloody butchers built comfortable nests for themselves. Drummed up conspiracies, mass arrests, and short trials resulting in group executions were the favourite building blocks. Caleb Menge, the fanatically ambitious commander of the Church of the Eternal Fire's Temple Guard, was one such opportunist. His moment of triumph coming when he unmasked his superior, the former Temple Guard commander, Commander Chappelle, as a Doppler in disguise. Geralt first saw Menge lighting Chappelle's pyre in Novigrad's main square and had no doubt that for this man the appellation fanatical whoreson was too mild by far. What's a Doppler? I could be wrong. Geralt and I had long known that Chappelle, Chancellor of Security for the Church of the Eternal Fire in Novigrad, had died years ago and had been replaced by a Doppler masquerading under his name. Oh, right. We didn't breathe a word of this to anyone, of course, for the change was decidedly in everyone's best interest. The Doppler proved a reasonable creature deprived of the true Chappelle's cruelty, and under his watch life in the city had much improved. Sadly, the Chancellor's conciliatory style must have raised suspicions as a wave of terror and persecution began to swell over Novigrad. The Doppler was found out, arrested and burned at the stake for the greater glory of the Eternal Fire. Ah, so a Doppler must be someone who can sort of take the identity, as in like a doppelganger. Oh, Felicia, Corey, shit! Geralt had been in situations where he could not prevent someone's death on more than one occasion. In fact, you might say he had grown accustomed to that particular form of agony. It is another thing altogether, however, to stand powerless and watch the unjust, cruel execution of an acquaintance for whom one has developed a fondness. Such was his lot as regards Felicia Corey, a young sorceress whom Geralt had met while chasing the Kingslayer Letho. Though Geralt had not gotten to know her deeply, he had nonetheless taken a liking to this former pupil of Philippa Alhart, who had seemed to him a pleasant and enterprising young woman. Yet she was a wielder of magic, and as such met her end on a pyre. Oh, because she was the woman who also did the haircuts, etc. in the first game. If you so desired one, didn't she? She allowed you to change your appearance, but she also sold plenty of obviously magical ingredients and stuff because of her study of it. Oh, that's such a shame. That's a great shame. Do we have any things on Dopplers here, by the way? Hounds of the Wild Hunt, yeah, we saw that. Hybrids, insectoids, necrophages. I'm guessing a Doppler must be a monster of some kind, right? Well, they're not on here, but might find one at some point, which, well, you know, hasn't been burned at the stake. Okay. Who are Felicia? And, well, who are Chappelle as well, to be fair. I don't think anyone really deserved all this. Find the scribe in the Passiflora and sign up for the high-stakes Gwent tournament. How did I get that quest? I mean, it's a level 26 quest as well, so once again, I'm still not going to do that. The Pies of Novigrad. Yeah, that makes me understand why this is called the Pies of Novigrad. Because...
Welcome.
Those are some big-ass pies.
What have you got there?
What's this guy sell? He sells books. And a few remarks on basilisks and cockatrices. Wondrous world of insectoids. Gollum, a man's most faithful servant. Ghouls and Alghouls. Sweat and Blood. The World Underground. Fauna of the Northern Realms. Diary of a Fire Swallower. And The Wild Hunt. All which I haven't read, apparently. So I'm going to sell everything that I can here, if possible. Deer hide. I've got quite a bit which I don't really need, don't I? I definitely don't need a blunt axe. Like, what purpose does a fucking blunt axe have to me? Can I sell any of my weapons to him? It's very unlikely, isn't it? I mean, I'll buy runestones, to be fair. I sell all the lesser ones, because I don't really want the lesser ones. I'm not going to get much use out of the lesser ones, I don't think. There we go. Kind of makes up for all the
So,
all the books that I just bought. So I got all these. Right, got 13 books to read. So strap in, everybody. Why have you got such big eyes, Grandmum? Asked the little girl with worry. Shriek, shriek, replied the basilisk. Grandmum, why do you say shriek, shriek? Asked the little girl with surprise. The basilisk didn't reply, but instead clamped its toothy, venomous maw over the curious little girl and swallowed her up. Nice. Luckily, a witcher by the name of Eskel was wandering these lands in search of a Zoogle. The witcher was experienced and so knew basilisk only turned people to stone in fairy tales. He also knew it best to avoid their venom. Eskel noticed the monster had recently eaten, and before anyone could say ready, steady, go, he threw himself at the beast and cut it open with his silver sword. The basilisk's stomach opened up and the witcher saw the half-digested, foolish little girl inside. Oh, damn. Alright, of sweat and blood. A veil hangs between the world, men and sea, and the one that they cannot. This veil blocks the dead from the view of the living, and the living from the view of the dead. Some mages can break through this veil and communicate with the dead, or else summon them to the world of the sun for short periods of time. This is the art known as necromancy. The dead can also break through the veil and enter the world of the living on their own, yet unlike the necromancers, in doing so they are not driven by reason and will, but by a thoughtless, irrational need. This need arises from powerful emotions such as regret, longing, or wrath. Very often these emotions gain their power by being invested in a material object by the dead individual while he or she still knew life. The objects most frequently so endowed: wedding rings, favourite toys, or the instrument used for the crime which sent the returned individual to the other world in the first place. Well, this is how noon wraiths and etc. Noon wraiths, night wraiths, dawn wraiths, dusk wraiths, twilight wraiths, sundown wraiths, moonrise wraiths, you know what I mean. Right. So we know that one, obviously. Diary of a Fire Swallow. I was at Loch Wynn, that's right, the summit of Summit itself. We'd gone there, my trollmates and I, knowing there'd be a meeting of the mighty in the ruins. You see, whenever big shots gather to choose some particularly grisly fat, there's going to be had for performing men like us. Oh, I remember these guys! Yeah, tired jaws need to relax with some laughing and indulging in other sorts of simple delights. I learned this is a lad from my old man, who dragged me around to juggle outside courts and conventions all over the continent. And so now, applying my own trade as a fire swallower, I told the lads up soon as I caught word of what was brewing in Loch Wynn, and we turned our wagons that way at once. I'm not much one for politics, but I couldn't help but listen to some of it this time. You see, we Temerians had just lost our king, and our future was to be decided at that very summit, with John Natalis representing our side of the matter. Radovid was there too, a young pup then, though emanating strength like a grey-haired alpha wolf. It seemed this wolf was licking his chops over Temeria like it was a right bit of carrion. Yeah, you can tell that, can't you? Fauna of the Northern Realms. What a wolf is, every man knows. Who hasn't heard them howling at night or seen their tracks in the snow come morning? Who hasn't felt a cold chill run down his spine when he catches sight of a pack of 5 of them hunting in the woods? These beautiful animals are treated by men as enemies, and not without reason, for they attack our flocks and will even kill our horses during times of deep frost. Yet they are noble beasts, endowed with great intelligence and displaying a strength and independence that no man can help but admire. Yeah. We hunkered down for the night in a cave so enormous the light from our torches faded into the murky black without revealing any upper bound to it. For most of the night, all we could hear was the rushing of water somewhere behind the wall of the cave, yet after some time it is hard to say how much. If we had lost all sense of where day ended and night began, we heard a sort of scraping noise, and then the sound of boulders shifting. The scraping turned to a roar, but by that time we were already on our feet and running towards the tunnel through which we had entered the cave. We did so none too soon, for the shifting had opened up a new passage in the cavern, which began to spew out hordes of small, misshapen humanoids. Without breaking stride, I looked over my shoulder, and in the midst of the mass of midgets, I spied the outline of a large black troll. Thus began our run for our lives. Stay away from caves, kids. Ghouls of Alguls. As for the genesis of ghouls, there are hypotheses aplenty. Some scholars claim these monstrosities arose from scoundrels who indulged in a taste for human flesh, and for this misdeed drew the wrath of the heavens down upon themselves. The gods punished them by taking away their souls, their minds, and their human forms. My experiments have shown, however, that ghoul anatomy displays far too little in common with that of humans for this thesis to seem all probable. Any and all similarity in appearance between ghouls and men, such as their somewhat kindred shapes and their measure of their physiognomies, are pure matters of incidental circumstance, it thus follows that ghouls like their vile cousins the owl ghouls are post-conjunction creatures. That is to say, such beings as came to a universe in an abrupt cataclysm disrupting the normal laws of nature. Well, yeah, I would guess that as well. A ruin right upon our shores has landed. Yeah, we have seen that one. Golem, or man's most faithful servant. Despite what you might have heard, the first golem was created not by a powerful mage or an elven sage, but by a simple dwarf from Maribor named Bonaventura Sesto, brickmaker. This fateful act of creation took place over a century ago, where the persecution of non-humans was in full swing in Maribor. Elves and dwarves have been accused of bringing an epidemic to the city, though it was later discovered the outbreak had been caused by a man named Matteo, a barkeep's dog's body at the Golden Goose Inn. This Matteo was charged with both serving meals and cleaning the latrines. I would only wash his hands once a month, and then not very thoroughly. The rest, as they say, is history. The persecution of the non-humans was limited at first to robbing their shops, arson, and the occasional beating, but the violence soon escalated into a bloody pogrom. As the city guard looked on without lifting a finger, humans murdered elves and dwarfs during 3 days and 3 nights of slaughter, killing over 300 individuals, including the aforementioned Bonaventura Sesto's entire family. Driven mad with grief and thirsting for vengeance, Bonaventura moulded a 10-foot-tall humanoid out of clay and then carved the names of the slain non-humans onto it, along with a smattering of dwarven curses. Once finished, he slit his own throat, and when his blood splattered his gigantic statue, it came alive and started walking towards the city. Bonaventura had his sweet revenge on his persecutors. His creation killed almost 500 humans, including the mayor and the entire city council, before the soldiers in the city garrison could take it out using their ballista. The Conclave's later investigation found that Bonaventura possessed hidden magical talent. Though he had never had any training, the torrent of powerful emotions running through him at the time of his death flushed out his latent powers and created from them a new spell. After numerous alterations and improvements, one can now cast this spell without sacrificing one's life, and golems guard laboratories, libraries, and palaces across the continent. Who says dwarves can't do magic, right? Wondrous world of insectoids. One is hard-pressed to think of a creature more hard-working and better organised than the Andrega. Ants, bees, and termites are no match for them in this regard. Andrega's best even humans when it comes to foresightedness and industry. In fact, the human race could benefit a great deal from following their example, resigning from the primitive and obsolete social structures of feudalism and adopting instead a form of arachnocommunism. In arachnocommunism, every individual has a specific place and performs a specific labour for the common good. The roles are as follows: worker, soldier, and queen. Each comrade contributes to the necessary daily toil according to his special abilities, and takes from the common fund of wealth according to his special needs. And the wild hunt. A frail ribbon flickers across the sky, the rider's spectral silhouette barely discernible within it. Then the cavalcade contorts closer and closer, revealing more and more of their ghastly form. Now the buffalo horns atop their helms penetrate one's view, now the crest betwixt them, and now the skull-like face exposed beneath their visors. The riders sit astride skeletal mounts, bits of barding stuck to their sides like boils. A furious gale howls through the willows, their blades now glisten like unfailing stars in the black sky. The wind howls louder and louder. No, that is no wind, that is ghoul song. Suddenly the nightmarish cavalcade twists once more, the hooves of its ghostly mounts churning the light of the will-o'-the-wisps hanging above the bog. At the head of the cavalcade rides the king of the hunt. A rust-eaten bassinet sways above a skull-like mask. Gaping eye... that must be Eredin. Gaping eye sockets burn with a pale blue fire. Around him whirls a tattered cloak. A necklace rattles atop his rust-covered breastplate. Holes empty as the abyss stare out from it. Once they were filled with precious stones, but these fell out during his race across the skies and became stars. The king of the hunt laughs, his teeth rotten as the grave, snapping over the rusted collar of his breastplate. The blue flames in the eye sockets of his skeletal mask roar. Whoever wrote that is an absolute wordsmith. Right, so now we have read about all of that, we shall end this episode here, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed. If you have, then please do like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I shall catch you all in the next episode of The Witcher 3. Thanks again, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.